Footwear. Hi, I'm Mr. Beals, your Assistant Scoutmaster, and I'm here to talk to you about the footwear that you're going to need for the 100-mile hike, or for any hiking camp out. Typically what we want everybody to wear is a waterproof, high-top hiking boot, something with a mildly to aggressive tread on it. Something that's going to tie all the way up. Again, waterproof. Any kind of, if you need any sort of support insoles in there, get the right stuff and get these broke in before you start hiking with them. Usually break-in period on a brand new pair of shoes, wear them for about a week to 2 weeks before you're ready, so that they'll be molded right to your feet the way you need them. A good scout should have a pair of hiking boots to use all the time, so I suggest getting a pair of these. When we do the 100-mile hike, we do not allow the kids to wear tennis shoes, and again, we want the high top on it so that so you don't roll an ankle. So if you have to get like a low top hiking shoe, okay. So hiking boots. Now we get into socks, who we talked about earlier. I joke and I tell everybody that when I'm getting ready to pack for the 100-mile hike that I just empty my sock drawer into my pack. It's a joke, but I'm also dead serious about it. I pretty much grab all the socks that I have. You're going to be changing your socks. You're going to be wearing 2 pairs of socks at a time, and you're going to be changing them at least once a day, if not more. I did the math. You're going to need a minimum of 28 pairs of socks for the whole week. More likely more than that. Again, you may not have enough room in your pack for it. You may not own that many pairs of socks. So we can work just the same way we did with the clothing, to wear a pair of socks, rotate them out, and then at the end of the day we can hang them up, dry them out. One of the things that I suggest, it's not necessarily necessary for most people, but it helps me out. I get these toe socks. They're kind of cool. The nice thing about them that I like them is I was having problems with getting blisters in between my toes, and because they were rubbing and chafing inside the socks. These things help out because they cover up the toes all the way and I don't get the blisters in between. So what we're going to do with the socks, you want to have a light pair of socks, and I usually go with something short on the bottom, and then you're going to have a heavier pair of socks, longer on the top. I don't have any, I'm not going to put it in right now, but baby powder. You're going to put baby powder on the inside of the liner sock and inside the heavy sock. Double up on your socks. And then when you get your boot on, you can probably put a little bit of powder inside the boot as well. And then make sure you lace it up nice and tight so your foot isn't going to move around. The main cause of blisters is your foot sliding inside the boot, sliding forward and back. So as long as you have the right fit to the boot, you got an extra pair of socks on, so it'll kind of take up some space, and you got it tied tight, your feet should be in good shape. As far as the different types of socks, again, I'll get ankle socks, something short to wear on the inside, so you're not getting hot all the way up your leg. But then you want something heavier, some wool socks, hunting socks type thing for on the outside, all the way up to give you the extra padding and cushioning. When I get into packing, we talked about the small and the big compartments. I put all the socks in the big compartment because we're going to use up much more of that space with all the socks. And I counted, I had 24 pair here. So I give you an idea of how much space is required for all those socks. One of the other things, I had problems a while back. This is a ankle brace. If you guys need anything like that, any special braces, knee braces, stuff like that, obviously, you'd want to take it along with you, or more likely be wearing it. The other thing I want to point out, we're going to be wearing the boots while we're hiking. When we get to camp, the first thing everybody's going to want to do is take their boots off to get out of hot shoes, get out of their wet socks. I suggest getting a pair of Crocs. They don't have to be brand name Crocs. I bought these knockoffs for 12 bucks. But what you want is something a closed toe slip-on sandal, so you can get in and out of real easy, allow your feet to breathe, allow your feet to relax, but you don't want to have something open toe like flip-flops, because you want to protect your feet. You know, as we're walking around the yard, you don't want to kick a stick and rip one of your toes open. So I'd suggest something like Crocs. What I do with mine is I have a D-ring that I attach them, and I'll ultimately, when it's all done, done packing, I'll attach these to the outside of my pack, so they're not taking up room on the inside. The nice thing about the Crocs is they're also lightweight, so you're not carrying a lot of extra weight with your pack. Have any questions about footwear, shoes, extras, socks? You can email me at bigdieselEagleScout@gmail.com or call me, text me at 412-298-1768. Hope this helps out.